I am literally trying to chill, but I can't chill simply because, it's something when you're wide awake and you're not asleep in this world. Now, I want you all to take my advice. Now, you don't have to, but listen to me. Listen to me closely. Many of you are receiving a serious relief at the gas pump. In other words, you're not experiencing inflation right now because you have a lot more Federal Reserve notes in your pocket. I wish there was a way I could say you should try to store some gas. But the only way I can think of being able to store it and actually keep it going is you have to continue to keep adding fresh gas to the used gas to whatever you decide to have. So, it wouldn't be out of the order right now to try to get you 300 or 400 gallons of gas. And, over a period of time, because this deficit, or let me put it like this, these prices for this oil, it seems like it's going to be like this for the next year or so. And the reason being, because there's an underlying motive that's taking place that many people can't read today. Iran and Russia, who depends heavily on exports of goods and services. We are in a war right now without one shot being fired over that bile over there, besides Syria being a hotbed. Shell, the company here in the United States of America, has been producing well over 2 million barrels of oil a day ever since the economic collapse in 2008. So what we have is a surplus. And this surplus right here, they made a lot of money. They made a whole lot of money jumping these prices of gas up to $3.70, $3.80, $3.90, $4, $5, $6 a gallon. They have made a lot of money hand over fist. Well, the one thing they wasn't depending on is the demand. You see, the American public, they started cutting corners. And they started, charting out where they were going to go. They started carpooling, started doing anything they could to make up the hedge for this high. I mean, I remember, you go back to my videos, paying $70, $80, $90 just to fill up the gas tank. And it was like, wow, that's a hard hit. Well, let me tell you something. Don't do like a lot of Americans do and take, act like you got more money in your pocket and you missed a big shot or something like that. You better start doing whatever you can to store up for a rainy day. And that's just the truth. Because anybody knows history and what's going on in this world. We got war. This is an active war that's literally going on because we got sanctions against Iran and we got sanctions against Russia. And all of this is to force them to comply. You remember in the old days when people would, when the Romans would actually go to war with people, what they would do is they would plan a siege. This siege could be 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years. The idea was to starve the people, to get, and of course people start dying and then they start, defecating and then you have all kind of disease and dysentery and all kind of other stuff that's going on. And people begin to throw their dead bodies over the walls and stuff, and pretty soon, without them even have to unsleeve their sword, they take over that whole entire country or whatever it may be, simply because of siege. That's what America is doing today. When you hearing about all these sanctions and stuff, you think about in the 80s, that's during my younger years in the 80s right there, okay? They keep talking about Cold War with Russia. Well, think about what happened during that Cold War. We were able to amass more nuclear warheads than anybody up on the face of planet Earth. And boy, do we got them. We got them. And of course, Russia being disbanded. Now we have the Soviet Union. And of course, many people think the bear is dead. There's a lot going on. So I can tell you right now, that you don't need to go out there and start blowing money and everything, because prices are going to start dropping. It's going to give the illusion that the economy is recovering. You're going to get these lying pundits, and they're going to get out here and tell you that the economy is recovering and everything. We're doing fine and everything. It's amazing how they hit the precious metal market first, though, before this decline, though, isn't it? You see, they hit the metals first before the petrodollar. And now the petrodollar is following suit at the slamming of the metals. But I'm going to tell you right now, get ready for war. Get ready for war. Because you have to understand, whenever they say peace, you need to think war. I got that from my friend Ken. And so don't you ever for once think that the way we think and the way they think is the same thing, because it's not. And so a lot of people, yeah, you're experiencing relief at the pump, and most Americans going to go out and start living lavishly. You're going to have a time period for a little bit of space of time to start storing, start massing all the things you couldn't do because you was too busy putting money in the gas tank and complaining about how much money you don't have because you kept sticking all the money in the gas tank. I want to hear none of you now. Now you got something. You can buy your gold, you can buy your silver, you can start storing food, you can get 2x4s, cinder blocks. I mean, you can do all kind of things in order to get yourself ready. See, what you need to do, instead of worrying about bugging out, you need to plan on bugging in, because you spent too much time and you spent too many resources amassing all this, and then to just take off and run and to give it to somebody calling bugging out. No, Pastor Don ain't bugging out. No, I'm bugging in, and I'm entrenching in. And if you can, you need to start making sure you get your hands on some ammo. You can forget about 22 mags. Start looking for the smaller caliber stuff. You can buy 223s all day long now. Of course, you're going to pay a price, but prices, when oil drops, prices all the way across the board is going to start dropping. Food, commodities. It makes no difference. Sugar, cane, oil, all these goods. Every bit of it is going to start dropping. So be wise, because you got a short period of time right here before they pull the plug. Remember, the powers that be, they're manipulating and playing with folks. They sure are. And boy, they almost got some of you folks deceived. But I just thought I'd come here and offer my little 2 cents worth for what it is. I don't want you sitting up there. I don't want you sitting up there thinking for 1 minute that it's over, because I'm telling you right now, Russia is mad as hell. And Vladimir Putin has vowed that the United States of America and Saudi Arabia will pay. Well, they're going to pay for this oil price manipulation and all this other stuff. And let me tell you something else, too. Saudi Arabia, you getting ready to get jacked. America is going to stab you in the back. You are getting ready to get jacked, because the whole idea is they want to control everything from the Egyptian river all the way to the Euphrates. And you people just don't get it. And one reason why you don't get it, because you don't understand Bible prophecy. They always trying to trump Yah and get before him and stuff, but they ain't never going to get before him. I tell you. There's a lot of risk, a lot of reward. And don't take me just leisurely laying back like this because I'm sleepy. Don't take me just leisurely laying back like this that I'm not serious, because I just got finished giving you a lot of direction. It's an illusion. You better take that extra money and do right with it. I promise you. You're going to thank me later on, but more or less you'll be able to thank yourself. But don't let these people think that the rich is not going to feel it in their back pockets and stuff. And they live lavishly. They got money printed to oblivion. Now's the time, I'm telling you, to amass tangible assets. Hope I said something to inspire you. It's the truth. That's the truth straight way. Keep the faith. The king is coming.